How's it going, everyone? I am back with another Criminal Mastermind guide video, and this is part 4 out of 5. This is Series A, so this is the second to last heist here, and I'll try to get the Pacific Standard, the last part, up within the next few days here. But this first setup here, we're gonna be using our armored outfits. One of my teammates, he forgot to use his, but it's alright because I trust him. And this one doesn't have too much of a risk in it. But here we're going to take if you're in a helicopter, you're going to be wanting to be a good pilot and a good sniper there. And in the boat team, you're just going to have the other two in. And if you're going to the helicopter, take out a Kuruma, because that's going to be pretty handy at the end. But you're going to come over here to the helicopter. I'm just going to skip us there like I did. And what you're going to do is park the Kuruma close to the water there, and then you can just choose whoever wants to do what. Here I've got my sniper. I'm gonna be sniping on the helicopter. My teammates gonna be flying. So we're gonna hop in here, and now we're gonna go over to the yacht. Alright, so your boat team, they're just gonna stay back behind underneath the pier. They don't go to the yacht just yet, because it's the team here on the helicopter. We're going to snipe a few guys off and get a few kills before we actually go to the yacht. But also they can snipe too if they want to help out the team on the boat. Someone there can snipe both of them. That can just speed up this process here. But you see, I'm just kind of looking through the decks on the side here, looking for enemies who I can get a few kills off of. I've already killed about 2 or 3. And also you're gonna want your pilot in the heli to keep it as straight as possible, because it's just gonna help the sniper out to get more accurate shots. But if you keep on looking around here, there's gonna be some people that are like crouching, but they're not actually enemies. They're just there on the boat. They're just like, they're not attacking you, so you don't need to shoot them. But I'm just gonna scan here on all the decks to make sure you can kill everyone that you can before you go to the yacht. But as you see here, we basically got everyone, and then now we're just gonna go ahead and land on the yacht. And down here in that little basement garage area down on the bottom deck, there's usually someone in there, so you're gonna want to snipe them out. But also make sure you can kill some guys on all sides of the boat. So right now we're on the left side of it. I'm just trying to snipe this guy here, but some of my teammates also had already gotten a few guys on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and skip to getting to the boat. Alright, so tell the pilot, whoever's flying, make sure you have the tail of the helicopter pointing backwards towards the back of the plane, or I mean the yacht. And you're going to just go ahead, hop out, and start shooting at the enemies here. And there's gonna be some helicopters. They're not gonna respawn once they're taken care of. Once they're down, they're gonna be down. Just be aware of your surroundings, and this is where our outfits here are gonna help us out. We're just gonna go ahead here and collect all of the coke, and then once you've done that, we're going to have your entire team go to the back of the yacht, to the lowest level, and you're gonna see this boat back here. You're gonna want your entire team to go onto this boat, and we're not taking the helicopter, we're taking the boat, because this will help us be able to get away from the cops easier. And also there's me something up here that's gonna be helping us out. So you're gonna have everyone hop in, and if you come over here by the pier to the right, there's gonna be this little opening, kind of sewer looking thing in the beach here. So you're just gonna drive the boat through this entrance, and now you're basically going to be getting away from the cops. They're not going to be shooting at you anymore, but you're just going to take this route and just go straight the entire time. So you're going to be taking this right hand turn, and there's going to be a little bit more part of it that's straight, and another right turn. And then now you're going to see this bridge. Just keep going straight this entire time. Don't turn left or right, or just only left actually. But you're gonna be passing these few bridges, and you will be able to go underneath of them. And it looks like it's a little bit like close and tight, but it's all right. So we're just gonna keep coming through here, and then now you're gonna be in these canals and stuff, the marina. You're gonna be pretty much turning left and right, and then going straight, and then kind of get through here. And you don't need, doesn't care, doesn't matter what happens to the boat. Just take it up on land if you want to get out faster. And then now we're gonna come over here to the Kuruma that I left here earlier. Alright, so now once you basically get in the Kuruma, you're free to go. You should have lost the cops by now. And we're just gonna go ahead and deliver it to the warehouse here. So that's the first setup there without anybody dying. That one's pretty simple compared to the other ones, but it does have a little bit of some challenging parts if it's your first time. But it's pretty simple. That's how you do the first setup here. I hope this guide's starting to help a few people. Hopefully, at least I would like to hope at least one crew or one team to be able to do a criminal mastermind. That's basically my goal with this, just to help at least one crew or team. Alright, so here we are starting the second one. This is probably the hardest or the most complicated, but this is a trash truck. So here you're not going to be able to use our outfits, but make sure you get a Kuruma out or an armored vehicle like the Kuruma. And now we're going to drive over here to the recycling plant. And just be careful where you're driving. There's a few gas stations, so you don't want to kind of end up blowing yourself up or something. So, but once you take a right hand turn here, we're going to be going straight, and there's going to be another gas station up here. And just make sure that no one crashes or there's a slide or something, ends up blowing themselves up. But right here is the trash trucks are, and you're just going to kill these guys. There's going to be a few guards here that you're going to need to kill. There's 3 up here in the front, and I believe there's just 1 dude here in the back that you have to kill. So we're going to take the Kuruma, pull up on the back, and then just easily take them down. And then you can go back to the front of the warehouse or building here. And you're going to want your driver in the driving seat, and then probably have the 2 collectors on the back. Also, make sure you have the two collectors. You might want to have them be your best, like 2 of your better gunmen or something like that. And this is kind of a 3-man job really, but then you're just going to have the last man kind of in the passenger seat. But here we are at the first collection spot. There's no enemies or anything here. You're just going to get to the drop off, hop out the truck, and there's going to be 2 little bags back here. Just grab them, and we're going to drop them into the back of the truck here. And then now you should just hop back on, you and your other collector, and then you can drive away. Alright, so here we are at the second drop. You're just going to come to the circle, and I recommend for your driver, no one hop off yet, just have your driver back up into the alleyway here, and then you can hop off the truck once it's safe. So here's where some enemies will start spawning, but not too big of a deal because we have cover. So I don't know what that was. That was like a weird random glitch where I tried to put the bag in and everything just like slid around like it was ice. But you see some enemies are starting to spawn in, and they're going to be coming from the back mainly. And that's where you're going to be most vulnerable because the truck is blocking the front. So you're just going to have everyone kind of fight their way out of this. You're just going to have your best gunman be ready and prepared. There's really no tips that you can do here, or no like super good tricks or anything too special, because really you just have your guns and your cover here. So just be careful of your health and your armor, and also just use guns that are good, like the MG, the carbine rifle, the special carbine. But then once you have all the bags collected, you're just gonna go ahead and finish all the enemies like I just did, and then now you can hop back on the truck, and you can have everybody in their original spots. And as you see there, I put on some body armor because I had lost all mine. And then now there's gonna be no enemies following you, but we're here at the 3rd drop. And like last time, everyone's gonna stay inside and stay on the truck, and they're gonna back it on up through this alleyway here. Make sure not to run into those walls, or else you might kill or squish your teammate there. But back it up to basically this dumpster right there, and there's gonna be a few bags. There's gonna be 3 of them here that you need to collect. And basically what we did was we collected all of them before we started fighting anybody, just so that when we got done we could just leave as quick as possible. Here it can be kind of dangerous with how wide open it is on the left side, and that's where a lot of the enemies will come from, because that's where the street is. But you can't like shoot through this wall. That's what I was trying to do here. And my friend just blew them all up with the RPG. And there's also be a good portion of them out in the front this time. So I went out here to my other teammate and went to help him out, because most of them are meeting up here in the front and on the left side. And also I want to point this out: the locations that you're going to, the 4 of them, sometimes they might be a little bit mixed up and different in order. So like right now, the one that we're at, this might be like your second or third one, and then the 2 times that I've done this in the past like 2 weeks, it's always been this one right here, the gas station, the last one. But right here, as you see, my friend, he's backing putting the back of the truck towards the gas station, so that we can be closer to the truck when we want to put the bags in it. So I went for the furthest away bag, just so that it would be easier to get the other bags when we can. So right now there's already enemies starting to pull up, and also we blew up all the gas pumps here, so that if the enemies were to blow them up and we were next to them, they can't kill us anymore. So that was just to get rid of the risk of those things blowing up randomly during the mission. Just make sure no one's too close to them and far away when you blow them all up. So now you're just going to be doing kind of what we've been doing in other spots. We're just going to having a bit of a gunfight here. And there's going to be a pretty good amount of enemies. Here's where you're going to want your RPGs, miniguns, and everything just going at it. Also, an explosive sniper is pretty helpful for this mission. I didn't use it just because I didn't really think of it at the time, but it's alright. But that's how you could probably do this really quickly, just sniping each car of them pulling up and stuff. Once you get done killing everyone, just go ahead, grab the last few bags here. Also, there's a few more enemies spawning in, but we've got most of them already dealt with. So I'm putting that bag in there, my friend's putting his in there. And you can still see that there's like still some enemies around, so just gonna finish them off. And then here I looked at my health and noticed that I had lost all my armor. I went ahead and applied some more. And this is the last location of the trash bags. Now we just need to take it back. Here's where the most dangerous part is. So we left a gas station, now we're driving back to the warehouse. Depending on how far it is, if you're in the city, this can be a bit of a pain because you have to drive about like a full mile or so. But if you're lucky with the gas station, you don't have to drive far. But all you're going to do here is, these cars are pretty weak if you want to blow them up, but still, what I recommend is shoot for the tires of the cars, because that'll just mess them up and they'll crash all over the place and get stuck behind you. And right here, my friend, he got hit by a car and he kind of fell off the back, but it was alright because no enemies were near us. And if that does happen and there are enemies, just have everybody shoot at them. Even the guy on the ground, he might want to kind of just watch his back. But right here, we're pulling into the warehouse. Make sure not to run into those like train tracks on the left too. I've seen somebody like blow themselves up by running into that real fast. But that's the end of that mission. That one's probably the most difficult for really anybody, but mainly like a newer player with maybe not that good of guns. But from here, it's basically all easier. That's the hardest one. But let's go ahead and get on to the third setup, which is, I believe, something else. I don't remember. Alright, so we got bikers. So here you're going to be using our armored outfits. And the car does not matter. Something fast. And we're just going to be driving over here to the trailer at Trevor's house. You're gonna grab silenced weapons, whatever you want, whatever you need. Just if you're like me, I just went in there and just grabbed everything. So now once everyone's gotten their weapons and stuff, for some reason you have to like go to this like actual checkpoint within the property of Trevor's house, which we were kind of like confused why we weren't able to go to the dinghy yet until we realized it. So that's why we're all kind of just like staying put here for a few seconds. Then after some time we were like, oh, we have to go in. So you just have to like get kind of crowded in here. Alright, then once you get the next checkpoint, right over here is just going to be the boat, the dinghy. It's just right over this street and stuff. It's not that far. And now just have no one run you over. Just be careful, be aware of your surroundings like most of the time, and have everyone hop in the boat. We're not going to be doing a whole lot on the boat, we're just using this as transportation. So now we're just going to be going over to Stab City, which is where the main part of the mission takes place. So we're just going to skip over to here and pull up on the beach. You don't need the boat anymore, so you can just drive it up on land. Now you're going to need a silenced weapon here. And this sneaky part is way easier than deliver EMP. So as you see, I just took out that first guy there by that trailer. And this is pretty easy. Just be careful of who's coming where and stuff like that. But there's be two guys over here. There's gonna be a guy kind of by this truck, kind of like bent down and crouching, like working on it. And there's gonna be another guy kind of on the road walking back and forth. We're going to kill the guy that's walking back and forth first. But you're gonna wait for him to get out of the vision cone of the like guy working on the truck. So as you see him, he's walking. Just gonna go ahead and shoot him. I kind of missed my first few shots, but it's alright. And then you're just gonna quickly kill that guy too. Alright, now if you come to the middle here, there's me, this guy just standing there. Go ahead and pop him in the head. And then over here on the left, there's gonna be another guy just there in a trailer. Now we just have two groups of two and a solo. So the two groups of two are pretty easy to take out. All you gotta do is you can just do this by yourself. Just go ahead and be quick about it though. Just take them out, and then my teammates, they got the other two. And we took out the last guy. And now you're just gonna look for the vans. Alright, so I skipped to getting to the vans. And you're just gonna have everybody get in a van. No motorcycles or anything like that, or personal vehicles, sadly. But there's a route here that's gonna be really helpful, and you're gonna need to use because it's a lot safer and quicker, actually, I think, in my own opinion. But right here, you're just gonna leave the little trailer park, and before you get to that bridge right there, there's gonna be this like dirt road. We're just gonna go ahead and follow this trail. We're taking this way because we're avoiding all the roadblocks and main like the Lost Slam van cars that they have. Now we're only having motorcycle enemies coming after us, which there'll be a pretty good amount of them. And you as the passenger, you can shoot them. So just to make sure you take them out and don't get killed by them. Also, try not to run over the motorcycle, because if you run them over, sometimes they'll get caught underneath of you and you can blow it up and basically kill yourself because of not paying attention. But right here, my teammate did a no. He went that way, and he's supposed to go straight and take this right turn underneath this bridge. So once you keep going straight here, if you look at the radar, there's kind of this path that's like on the left. Just gonna kind of jump over that, and now you're kind of just in the hills, doing not on a specific path or anything. But if you look at the main road on my left, just kind of guide yourself using that. And also, we're passing by the meth lab here, if you have the meth lab. But we're just gonna pass by this building here. Keep going straight. Don't really go on any actual path yet. And if you look down my radar, there's like this dim, really skinny like pathway here that you can take. So we're just gonna, right here is a brief moment of really just no enemies, no shooting. And if you follow this up, it takes you basically all the way up to the top of the mountain here. So my friend, once we kind of eventually caught back up with each other. They took their own path and we took ours, but mine's the one that's a little bit better. But as you see here, we went underneath that little tunnel, that bridge thing there. And there's gonna be a little bit more of the path if you keep going straight ahead. Like I said, there's really no shooting. It's kind of just like a little peaceful moment. And right here, you're gonna need to gain some speed because you're gonna need to kind of jump over this guardrail here, but the natural terrain just kind of lets you do it pretty easily. But you see there, we hopped over it. Now we're back on the road. And from here, we're just gonna follow the checkpoint to the warehouse. Alright, so we got it delivered. There should be no enemies other than just the little motorcycles, but they're pretty easy to deal with. And just make sure you don't kill your own teammates by running into them. But that's basically it for the third setup mission here. We've only got 2 more than the actual heist. So again, some good progress done. And I'll go ahead and cut us to the 4th setup. Alright, so here we are. We're just going to put on our armored outfits like usual, and you're going to need 1 Kuruma for the ground team, and everyone else can just take whatever their own car is, but make sure it's fast. Alright, so I hopped in with my teammate here in his Kuruma since we're on the ground team. You're going to have the snipers right now, just kill as many people as quick as possible, just to pick a few off. They'll each get about 3. And just us here on the ground team, we're going to be kind of just staying in the Kuruma, no one hop out. And from here, the snipers are going to stay in their positions and continue sniping and helping us out. And we're here on the ground team, we're just going to stay in the Kuruma and use our AB pistol or micro SMG or machine pistol, whatever you're going to use. You're just going to kill these guys, make sure that you kill as many as possible, get them out of your way. Some of them won't really be on your radar when you start killing everyone. Some of them will kind of be up in the back areas. And alright, so now you got the Bensons and stuff. Take the highway on the by the air base and everything. Don't go on the train tracks, that can blow you up. And also, there's gonna be no enemies until you get to the Fort Zancudo here, this like bridge here. So there's gonna be a pretty good portion of them, so watch out where you're going. And sort of like the trash truck, we're gonna just aim for the tires just to mess them up and make them crash since they can't drive well. And you're just gonna keep on staying on this highway here so that you go through Chumash, past the Chumash bunker and the Fleesa Bank and all that like small little town there. Right there, I got a nice little kill on that driver. But if you keep on following this route, there won't be too many enemies. Also, the reason why we're taking this route is it's safer because we won't have the train just come by and blow us up or hit us or anything like that and get us stuck. And this might be a little bit slower, but still quick. And also, if you're a good enough driver, you will make it. You will make it in time. I believe when we did it, we made it with about 2 minutes or so remaining. So if you just are aware of your surroundings and be careful of where you're driving and stuff. But this is a pretty easy setup if you follow these tricks and tips. And also just have your teammates, they can be kind of following behind in the technical with the minigun, or they can just stay back. Because I'm pretty sure, but you do need to deliver the technical, so just be careful if you're on the technical to not tip it over and roll and kill your own teammate. But basically we're going to take care of the enemies by shooting them. Also, the Bensons are pretty strong, so you can kind of like ram into them a bit. But make sure not to just depend on that. And right there, my friend, he went up on the road on the left. He shouldn't have done that. He should have just stayed on the highway. When we were doing this mission, he actually kind of said that himself. Kind of realized that he took the wrong turn. Because here soon, you see I just passed them. But now we got the trucks delivered. And also like I said, you're going to need to also deliver the technical for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that is, but we got that delivered too. So that's the end for the weed mission here with the Bensons and the technical. This one's a little bit longer, but it's pretty easy. One of the easier ones. But now we just have one more setup, which I believe, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But I'll go ahead and skip us to this next setup here. Alright, so here you're going to need Kurumas, and I prefer a Insurgent pickup custom, and also our armored outfits. We're just going to hop in, and now we have to go to the O'Neill Brothers farm. So I'm just going to cut to getting there. Alright, so you're just going to drive on up, and you as a driver have your, I prefer the AP pistol, but there's other guns that are pretty good. And you can just kind of pick some of these guys off, and the guy in the gunner, just make sure you watch your back and your sides for where enemies could be spawning in from, or not really spawning in, but could just be at. But that's what I'll basically be doing as a driver, kind of just watching the sides and back of my gunner. And the guys in the crew, they're just going to be driving around and picking guys off too. This is pretty easy, it just takes a bit because there's a lot of enemies, but you don't need to kill all of them. Once you get about 2/3 or so of them wiped out, you can basically grab the truck and the trailer and drive. But we're taking out everyone that's on the outside. There's a lot of guys inside of the house, but you don't need to really take care of them. Also, this happened one time, but it was alright. But my teammate here, he started shooting the gas tank just to use it as an explosive, and he didn't even realize what he was really doing. And he ended up blowing up the tank. It was kind of funny. But we're just gonna go ahead and run around to this like little farm back here, where there's these like haystacks, and this is where the trucks are stored at. If you see, there's like 3 or 4 of them. Try not to destroy all of them, and just keep one of them. They're pretty quick, and as you see here right now, we have it says steal a tanker, so that's how you know that you can basically start to grab the trucks and leave. But here we're just finishing off a few more guys. Some of them do spawn in or kind of just don't appear on your radar until the end here. But there's only like 2 enemies kind of near us. So my friend got in the truck, and I stayed in the Insurgent. Now, when you're backing up to pick it up, don't back up too fast, because you could end up going up too fast and just blow up the trailer. So just kind of take it slow, nice and easy like that. And then now we're going to be following this route so that we can stay away from the enemies and protect the trailer. So right here my teammate kind of took a wrong turn. It's alright, there's no biggie with it. And we do end up just meeting back up here on this main road by the shore. So I kind of stood here on this intersection and road waiting for them to come this way. So if you look at my radar, there's kind of this yellow line here. We're going to follow that for a bit here, but not for too long. But basically there's going to be these enemies in these big trucks. You can kind of just run into them with the Insurgent because they're so lightweight. But with the Insurgent here, you're going to be using it kind of like a shield or like a protection. It doesn't help a whole lot. It doesn't really do anything that much, but it's still helping. But basically you're just going to drive parallel next to the trailer here, and kind of shield it from the enemies that are going to be shooting at you. It doesn't really block the entire thing, but like I said, it still somewhat helps. But you're just going to be driving here on the shore and not on the road, because you can get away from the enemies. And then right here there's be like a little pond. You're just going to go through this little spot here, this little split in between the actual big like lake and that little pond. And don't go too fast over this hump if you're the trailer, because it can be, you might like flip over or something. But from here now you'll just be driving straight for a little bit, about half a mile, and that'll be end of the setup here, the last setup. But as you look down in the bottom right corner, there is a time limit, and there's also the health bar of the tanker. Make sure you're paying attention to those. But if you do everything correctly, it won't be a problem. As you see here, we basically finished with about 50 seconds or so remaining. So we had plenty of time to do it. Alright, so you're just going to pull it up to the back there. And you see everyone stayed in their Kuruma. Alright, so you're going to see this little cutscene here. And that's basically how you know you finished the mission. Hope this is helping everybody. I know this one may not be one that most people are going to be needing help with. It's probably definitely the Prison Break and the Pacific Standard that are going to be the most that people are going to need help with. But let's go ahead and skip to the finale. Alright, so everyone is going to be having their armored outfits on, and you don't really need anything else other than, if you're the North team, or really the South team too, I'd say an Insurgent here is going to help a lot, but you only really need one Insurgent. So, skip us to the warehouse here. Alright, so everyone here has got their car, and once you get to the checkpoint, go to your position. If you're North, this is what I like to do with the Insurgent. Just gonna kind of park it right here in front of the Bensons, and the gunner can stay in the gunning position, and the driver, I go over to these boxes and kind of just take cover here. So this is the mission. You're just gonna be shooting all these guys really the entire time. At the beginning, it starts off with usually these two little cars kind of just driving down the road. These are very easy to deal with. The gunner can basically just blow them up within a few seconds here. Only takes about 5 seconds to blow up a car like that. And also a kind of like trash truck, a explosive sniper would be really helpful during this, especially for really just anybody except for the gunner, because the gunner can't use an explosive sniper when they're gunning. But for me, if I had an explosive sniper, I could have made this mission go way quicker. And there's also going to be enemies coming from the left and right, so the gunners are going to need to be watching their back. So the gunner right now is shooting at these guys as they're kind of coming in, and I'll still get finishing up there on the right. And you'll see these vans starting to come in too. This is where there's going to be most enemies at once, basically. They're going to be coming in from 2-3 different directions at a time. So it's a pretty big help though having the gunner there, because they can just destroy everything down. And if you're wondering, I do have the level 3 armor for my Insurgent there. And the gun is the 50 cal, I believe, the upgrade version. The upgrade gun, the stronger one. So if this those for who want to know how to get the best. And the level 4 armor for your Insurgent actually doesn't let anybody inside of it shoot out, so that can be kind of annoying. But once you get done killing these enemies here, we're just going to basically have whoever wants to do what drive the Bensons, and the game might tell you to take technical, but you don't need it. You can actually just use the Insurgent. So I just started driving the Insurgent. My gunner was in the gunning position, and those two were in the vans, the Bensons. And now you're just gonna drive here on the left side and hop onto the highway. Alright, so right here we're waiting for the vans to get up here. And all you're gonna be doing now is just shooting down some helicopters and shooting away the enemies. You're not really doing too much here. It's pretty simple and basic. So you'll be doing this for about a mile or so, not too long, because we're going to be doing a little bit of something here to get away from a good portion of the enemies for the second half of the drive. And the Insurgent's going to be kind of faster and quicker than the vans, but that's alright. Just kind of stay with them and keeping your pace. Don't be going too far ahead and leaving them too far behind, because the helicopters, I believe, just mainly go for them than us. But my gunner right now is basically just taking down the helis, and we're going to be going past this kind of mountain here. If you look, there's kind of like a dirt road that goes up and the little water treatment plant. But if we keep on going down here a little bit, there's going to be a split in the highway. There's going to be a right turn and just continuing going straight. So right there I helped my teammate in the Benson out a bit. But right here though, if you notice, the road just turned kind of to like a white color. And there's the wind farm there. That's how you know we're about to hop off the highway actually and go up on the train tracks. But there's me this ramp that goes downward, and the road's gonna become kind of back to the black color. And there's gonna be a split right here on the wall, right there. You're gonna take that right turn, and then now you're just gonna hop onto the tracks. So now the people in the insurgent, you don't really need to be guarding the Bensons anymore because they're kind of safe now. They're away from all the enemies. There shouldn't really be any more helicopters coming. But you and the insurgent, you're just gonna go pretty far ahead actually, because you're gonna need to be kind of looking out for a train just in case if there is one. And also you're gonna take this top track here. There's gonna be like 2 of them. Go to the right side and go on the top side. This is the one that will lead you to the drop off. So we were basically, once you get to that road, that's how you know no train will really come. Except sometimes there can be a train coming towards you, but it's alright because you're basically already here at the drop off. And there's many spots to just go ahead and drive to the side and let a train pass by. So once you get to that bridge there, we're just gonna go ahead and hop off, and there's gonna be a few more enemies. No big or real threats. You're just gonna be shooting them with the gunner. And don't go on that path right there, just stay on the road, because that path will just lead you back up to the tracks. But then you'll see this big like train bridge right there. This is where we're going, taking a right turn, going underneath this. And now basically that's it. There shouldn't be any more enemies. Just gonna go ahead, deliver it, get to the drop off, and that's basically it for the Series A. So this is the that's the Series A Part 4 heist guide for the Criminal Mastermind. So this one, I know, like I said, may not be the most helpful because it's already kind of basic except for maybe Trash Truck. But right there, we're done with the cutscene. I hope this is helping out a few of you, or at least, like I said, a team. And next I'll be trying to upload Pacific Standard Part 5 within the next few days here. But if this video helped you, give me a like and subscribe. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.